Hello, Margaret. How are you, ma'am? Welcome to our 2x conversions. So basically, in this call, I would be talking about how we can create advanced appointment scheduling, and we would be talking about how we can create a system where we don't miss an appointment from the customer. Like what should happen, how to grab any customer to get him booked, and then what are the components that are needed. Obviously we need some sort of calendar, so we would be going into the calendar. We need some sort of appointment that needs to remind them what is when the meeting is. And second thing, we need to confirm them when they book the meeting. So how do we do that? What are the components that are needed? We're gonna discuss all of that in today's call. So I'm gonna wait for 3 more minutes so everybody could join, and then we'll start this topic. Welcome, Phyllis. Welcome to the 2x conversions call today. Okay, and I'm gonna be talking about the appointments, in fact, advanced appointments, and how we set it up, how we set out the confirmation email, how we set up the reminders, the nurture for the reminders for the appointment, and what are the components for that that we need to make sure that the customer who booked an appointment with us joins us that meeting, and we'll talk about that after a few minutes. Okay. Okay, I think that is enough wait. Seems like nobody else is going to join us today, but let's see. So let me share my screen with you guys, and let's start our today's topic. When you log into sale process, this is where you would land the dashboard. Now we are trying to create an appointment system for our customers. So let's start, and let's go to settings, and then we'll go to the calendars right here. And in calendars, okay, let me see which one we can use. 2x conversion. So this is the one I think that we're gonna use. Okay, so we have just created this calendar demo test 2x conversion. Here we can upload the logo for the calendar, the description for the calendar, and I have added myself as the user in here. So I'm gonna be taking those meetings. Next is what is my scheduling? I'm gonna take these meetings between 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. from Monday to Friday. And the meeting interval is set to 30 minutes and meeting duration is set to 30 minutes as well. What I'm doing is I'm also setting up in here 1 day scheduling notice. That means if you try to book a meeting with me on this calendar, it will open up tomorrow's open meeting for you. Not today. You cannot schedule today meeting, though I am available from the time, but minimum scheduling notice is set to 1 day. That means I will get 1 day to prepare for the meeting, whoever books a meeting with me today. The next is date range. So what is the date range mean? The date range means in the calendar that please only open the calendar for next 15 days from tomorrow. Add 15 more days and open it. That means if I want to take a vacation or anything like that, I can block my calendar after 15 days. And that way, if there is any meeting that is booked by a potential customer or lead, it won't be missed because I'm going to the vacation or something like that. So the date range helps you in that. Plus, I don't want to take all the meetings with this particular calendar. So I set it up in here for 4 maximum meeting. Though it's only half an hour, that means I am only giving out of my 8-hour shift or 9-hour shift for the day, I'm only giving them 2 hours on this calendar, on this demo test 2x conversion. So that means after 4 people who have booked with me, then the day would be blocked and next day would be opened for the person to book. And this continues for next 15 days, so on and so forth. So here we have the maximum bookings per slot. So I have set it to be, this is like a one-to-one calendar. So I want only one person to be booking with me, taking an appointment with me. So it's a one-to-one meeting. So I have set it up to one person per booking slot. And I haven't set up any pre-time or buffer time that I need for preparing or after the meeting, because I have already the minimum scheduling notice of 1 day, so I can take back-to-back meetings, and I don't need any post buffer time to, like I am that much calculated that I don't need to extend the meeting time more than 30 minutes. So, and after that, we would go to the forms and payments. That is the third step. The standard form, I'm using the standard default form with the calendar. We're going to see all this in a few moments, what I'm talking about, how it is impacting the calendar. So date and time selector is going to be the first step, and then the second step is the form. We can change the order by moving the form first and then the date and time selector, but I would love my customer to book the date and time first and then fill out the form to confirm the booking. Then I'm sending them the thank you message and all that. Next is notification and additional option. In here, I have put up if the meeting is not confirmed, the notification will be within the application and the appointment book status would also be within the application. I'm not sending out any email from the calendar widget to the customer or to myself. And I have allowed the customer to reschedule the meeting 180 minutes, like 3 hours before the meeting time. And I have allowed them to cancel the meeting 1 day before the meeting time. So those are the settings that I have set up in the calendar. Any customization, this is the widget. Now we can view what we have customized in here. Let's preview the widget. So this would be the calendar that would be displayed to the customer who wants to book a meeting with me. So here you go. It is available. Like, let's see. Mm, there we go. So here you see the time. Okay, I am actually in US and Los Angeles time, and the sale process is in a different region. So time is open up from 5 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. That is the last time that I have set. So if anybody is booking a meeting with me, can select the date and time. And here you see we are today right now. It is for me. It is Tuesday. For you, it is 7th. So on today, if anybody from US tries to book a meeting with me, the earliest meeting that is available to that person is going to be on 8th of Thursday. That way, I have a whole day to prepare. Wednesday for me and Thursday for you guys. Sorry, there's the time difference in us. But uh, Wednesday for me to prepare for that whole meeting, I get one whole day, and they can book the earliest meeting on 8, let's say 8 p.m. Let's select the 5 p.m. slot. And when they select it, they would type out their name, their phone number, email. They would put a check mark in here. If they want to put up any additional information, they can put it up in here. And when they click on schedule meeting, it will be scheduled in the sale process calendar right here in the main area in calendars. It would be shown in here. Let me see. There we go. The David Brown's calendar. This is where you would see that meeting is being scheduled. Okay, now after creating that calendar and setting it up, how do we use it? First thing first, how do we put it on our site? For that, we'll go to the sites, and my favorite one is 2x conversions Wednesday. Okay, let's select this one, and let's create. Let me see. Do we have? Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, list additional user 2x conversions. Do I have? Okay, let's create a folder. Let's create 2x leads and conversions. Okay, that's the folder. And let's create a new funnel in here that is just for our customer to book. So I'm gonna call it, let's use a template actually. PP vendor. Okay, do we have any calendar template in here? Business consultation, book appointments. Yeah, let's book appointments. Okay, let's select which one would. Barber, landscape, business coaching session. Okay, let's select this one. Let's select this funnel as our template. I'm using the template so we don't have to design anything. There should be actually, basically, our target is to have two different pages. One is going to be where the calendar is going to be. The second page should be the thank you page for letting the person know that thank you for booking an appointment with us. But let's see what is in the template. So it has get an appointment button, yada, yada, yada. Yep, everywhere in here. So, and then we have appointment and thank you. So here we go. So that's a very good example. Now we can, I'm not going to customize this one, but let's assume that we have customized it. We have our logo in here. The navigation menu is all set. The button, that's what we are interested in. Get an appointment. Let's see, it is taking to the next step, and next step is where we're going to put up our calendar. That is the appointment page. And we have created the 2x. There we go. Now we have to tell it the calendar. Let me delete this. So to put a calendar, what you would do is click on add element and search for the calendar element in here. And then you select the calendar element from in here. Our calendar was demo 2x conversions. So we're going to put that calendar in here like this. It has like the name of the calendar, the duration, the date, currently which region, time zone it is in, and the description of that calendar. Then there is the date and date and time selection. Let's see. Okay, let me save this. And once the calendar is booked, we would tell it to take it to the next step. This is very important. So it should take us to the thank you page for the appointment. And let's see what is in the thank you page. We appreciate taking a moment, share your thoughts, question about what, yada, yada, yada. So basically, this is a thank you page for anybody who just booked a meeting with us. Okay. Okay, so there we go. Okay, now let's go in here and let's take the preview of this. Now this is our website that open, and I am clicking on get an appointment. It is going to take us to the calendar page, and this is where they can select their appointment. When they choose the date, it automatically opens up the time for them to select. I'm selecting 5 p.m. on 8 May. David test. Okay. And I'm going to put david.com test appointment, confirm it, and schedule a meeting. Now, this should take us to the thank you page. So this is the easiest thing that we have done. Like, we have created a website where a person can read about what we are offering, and then he can go to our calendars, like the appointment, which has taken him to the thank you page. Now, in the back end, he should receive an email from the system confirming the date and time. Plus, he should also get a few reminders when is the meeting going to happen. So that the design part is complete. We understand that the design part, the calendar is all set up. We have done the website. And now let's talk about what needs to be done in the background. So for the background, we need to create one automation or one workflow at least. Actually, not one workflow. Actually, it's going to be more than one workflow. But here we have, like, let's create a folder in here. And that is going to be, I'm going to call this 003 2x leads and conversions. Create. Okay. Now in this folder, I'm gonna create a workflow, And I'm going to use the recipe. So we have a lot of recipes available within the workflows. We're going to use one of the recipe. We have the appointment confirmation and reminder recipe already available in here. So we just would be customizing our workflow that way. Uh, it would be very less work for us. Okay, let's see. It's not loading. Okay, fresh. Okay, give it a few seconds. Come on, load. That is interesting. Today it's not taking a bit of time to load. Ah, there we go. Okay, so let's see recipe for GPT, this call. Where is the calendar confirmation? Webinar. Appointment confirmation. This is the one. Appointment confirmation, reminder, and server review request. That particular step I didn't explain, so I'm going to show you what it is talking about and how we're going to use it essentially. So this is the recipe that we have just imported, and I'm going to rename this to 2x conversion test demo so that we would know which calendar it is talking about. So the trigger in here is gonna be appointment status is confirmed, but here is the difference. This particular trigger would work for any appointment that is booked in here, so we need to tell it that it needs to be in which calendar. That's gonna be test demo 2x calendar, and event is normal, appointment status is confirmed, and then it is sending out the confirmation email. Yep, that is the one, and appointment confirmation is the subject. Hey, contact first name, your appointment confirmed for appointment start time and time zone. Now, this is telling them what is the date and time, and which time zone did he select. Now, in the let me open this back, and in here in the calendar they have the option in here in the bottom to select their correct time zone. For example, if somebody is booking a meeting with me from New York, he would be in a different time zone. And when he selects the different time zone, the time automatically changes for him. It automatically puts the correct time zone for me. It changes the time zone. So according to whichever appointment time zone he selects, let's assume that he's from Europe, Amsterdam. So he can select that, and he can time slot would be open to him according to that. Okay, like there we go. Let's select the MST time zone, Arizona. So according to whatever time it is available to, you know. Okay. So it is putting up not only the date and time, but also the appointment, the time zone that he has selected in the bottom. And if this time doesn't work for you, please let us know. We have given him the option to reschedule. This link will only work uh, whatever time setting we have allowed in the calendar setting. And if he want to cancel the meeting, he can click on these ones. So if you look at these links, it has the appointment cancellation link and the rescheduling link that is already added. The system will automatically put up those links in here. He can add the function to his Google Calendar, or to his Outlook calendar. And then thanks, that is like the generic email that is sent to the person who books the meeting. As soon as he books the meeting, that is the confirmation email that he would receive. Next, it's going to wait for 1 day before, 24 hours before the start of appointment time. It's going to wait. So it's a very simple wait step, but rather than using the time delay, it is using the event appointment time, because this there we have the appointment trigger is there, the calendar trigger, and it is set to before 1 day. You can change according to your specification, but this is what I would like to remind them. 1 day before the appointment, that means the email would go out. This will wait till tomorrow, and before the time of appointment, it's going to send exactly 24 hours before the appointment time. It's going to send an email, and that is the reminder email that would be going out. Your meeting is in 24 hours, yada yada, almost the same thing. You can add other things, other information in here, and the same thing would be told to him via SMS as well. You can also put up other channels of communication in here, but those are the two that are more popular one, and the one that I like to use, the SMS and email ones. So here we go. Hey, contact dot first name. That means it will automatically fill up the name of the person who booked the meeting. And it's going to say, just a friendly reminder, your appointment is in 24 hours. If this time doesn't work for you, let me know. And then the location name. That means it will pick up the business name from the business profile in our settings. So if I say my business name in my business profile as ABC company, then it's going to say, hey, David. Oh, that is the name that we used when we were booking the appointment. And location name would be ABC Business, whatever we set up in our business profile. Okay. Then 1 hour before the appointment time, 1 hour before the time of the meeting, it's going to send another message, an email, an SMS, and then that's about it. We have sent the customer an email as soon as he booked the appointment. Then we sent him email and SMS telling him that your appointment is coming up. Then we waited 1 hour before the appointment. We sent him another reminder that your meeting is going to be starting in 1 hour. In my opinion, we should also send 10 minutes before the meeting time, so he should be in front of his computer. Take the appointment, but let's assume that this is what we wanted. And after the meeting time, now here is the another wait time. Now here it is selected as, sorry about that, guys. Okay, so here we have selected, rather than saying before, it's gonna wait after an hour of the meeting time. Now 30 minutes of the meeting time, and after 30 minutes is passed, the meeting is done, and the system is gonna wait for another 30 minutes, and then it's gonna send an internal notification, only the internal notification to us, telling us what is gonna happen, how did the appointment go, did they show, did they purchase. That is the internal message to us, because the system wants to know what happened in the meeting with your customer. That way, if you have created any pipelines, or if your system is dependent on the status of the appointment, did the customer actually showed up for the meeting? Did he purchase any product during the appointment, or did he not show up? He didn't show up, but he showed up, but he didn't purchase the product. What should happen? The system needs to know after the meeting is completed successfully with the customer. so that the appropriate automation could start. Like, let's say the customer showed up for the meeting and he purchased the product. Now he should be thanked for the purchasing of the product, and he should be told that this is the product, how he can access the product, and what are the benefits, what should happen. The other thing, the other scenario could happen, he showed up for the meeting, but he didn't purchase the product. You discuss that product during the meeting, so there should be a nurture with the customer that this was the product that we discussed during the meeting. Here you go. This is for the details. Then you wait for a day or two. Then you send another email and a link to purchase the same product. Now, because he didn't purchase, so the automation is going to be different. And it's going to try to nurture him to make him purchase your product. So this wait of 1 hour after the meeting is actually wants to know, the system wants to know what happened. So this is the email that you are going to receive yourself, and you need to update the status so the appropriate automation could start. Now, there could be another scenario where the customer didn't show up for the meeting at all. Now, there maybe he got some sort of personal emergency or something happened. We should try to nurture him to make him book with us again. And so that for that, we need some other workflow, some other automation should start, which should send him the calendar link, essentially the link of our calendar. This page link should go to him. Okay, sorry, I see, sorry, you missed the appointment. Here is a link to reschedule, or here's the link to book another appointment with us. You know, it's going to be beneficial with you, yada, yada, yada. Basically, a whole lot of different nurture that's going to try to make him rebook the call with you. That way, essentially, what is our target for today? To convert our leads into conversion. Yesterday, we talked about how we can get more leads. Today, we are talking about after getting the leads, when they are trying to book, what should happen? How we can convert those leads into our customers. Essentially, we want to sell the products. And to do that, if somebody is booking the appointment with you, like maybe he's booking a demo call, maybe he's booking a coaching session or one-to-one session, or maybe he wants a consultation about some sort of business, something. I want that meeting to happen successfully. And every time somebody booked, any one of the scenario, he showed up, he didn't show up, he showed up but didn't purchase, he showed up but he purchased. All 4 of those scenarios needs to have 4 different types of automations that should send the customer relevant nurture emails so that we don't lose him. Very important point. Always remember, when you have a customer, making the customer is easy. Converting the lead into a customer, yes, it is easy. Keeping that relationship alive, that's very important. Now you have the customer showed up for the appointment, he bought your product. What should happen? You should keep in touch with him. How did you like the product? Do you have any comments? Do you want anything approved in the product? Something. Need to touch him again and again so that he would feel that you are taking care of that customer. So at the end of the day, you would be creating more product. It's not just going to be one product. When you make more products and you have an existing customer who has a good experience with you and you are keeping in touch, obviously he's going to be a warm lead for your future products. So keeping in touch, putting him in the appropriate nurture to make him purchase your product, that's important. And that is what is happening till now. Now, after we have updated and the customer has moved to the appropriate automation, next is trigger link clicked. Now, this particular weight is what is happening in here. We told him that he didn't purchase. Now we are trying to wait for that person. We have to create that our product trigger link in here. We would copy that in here. And then what will happen? It's going to wait till he clicks on, and we have to actually tell it the timeout should be there like a day. And okay, trigger link, let's say, okay, which trigger link? Thank you, Masterclass registration page. Okay, this is the trigger link that I used. So did they pay? Did they click on the link, show or no show, and paid? So this is where they have clicked. They have not clicked in here. And again, what is happening? So uh, mark the opportunity. Like the pipeline needs to be marked as one. The API, Facebook conversion API needs to be updated so that the sales could be reflected there. Okay, and we should also send him a review request to the customer about the product. That way, the reviews of our customer could be shown on our website and on our Google review page, on our everywhere. That way, more people would know that our customer has good reviews. So, this is like the basic appointment confirmation, reminder, and a post meeting nurture that is created. And everything, as you see, is kind of like built in to this system in here. Now let's save this. And okay, Margaret or Phyllis, would you like me to test this workflow with you guys to show you how it is working, or do we need to proceed to the next topic? Okay, Phyllis says it's good. Um, Sorry, ma'am, I don't understand your gesture on the video. Okay, anyways, no worries there. So I'm gonna go to the next step, and that is okay. So we have to dive into the appointment scheduler, how to create links, manage availability. Okay, now let's talk about what kind of difficulties can be faced when you are creating this type of system. So first thing first, let's go to settings. Let me see which login I'm using. I am, okay, I'm gonna be logged in through my account so that it could synchronize. I could connect my Google Calendar, and I'm gonna try to make myself unavailable so it doesn't open up. How we fix that? How we gonna do that? So let's go to this one. Administrator. Right. Yeah. Go to my profile. Let's synchronize our Google Calendar in here. Uh-huh. Okay. Yep, that is the one. Please connect that. Continue. Allow. So right now, I just connected my Google Calendar in here. I'm gonna select my time zone. I'm in PDT time zone. That is the PST time zone. I'm available from Monday to Friday between 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. And that is the time every day for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Update my availability. Now let's go to calendars. And in here, the test. Where is the test 2x conversion? This is the calendar. Let's open this calendar. Now, here is the very first problem that you would see. Now that I have synchronized my calendar, and here you would see on 8th, I am only available on 5 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. I'm not available at any different time. On 20th, on 13th, only 2 hours is only 1 hour is available. 2 appointments per day are available because rest of the time I'm busy in different types of calls or anything like that. And for June, it's not even opening up because I told the calendar that it needs to open only 15 days. So the 20th is the last day that it's gonna open. And right now, if you look at in here, it is synchronizing. Now, how do we check why the slot is not open for 8th? Let's go to the calendar. And this button would come in handy, the troubleshoot calendar. When we click on this in here, it will open up the calendar. And it's going to show us what is happening to each and every day. So this is like the troubleshooting view. Now on 8th, I am unavailable. Why I am unavailable? The user is available because the slot is either blocked by another event or outside the availability. So first thing is I'm gonna see I am starting my day from 10 a.m. Where is the 10 a.m.? 10 a.m. time. Yeah, there we go. No user is available. Basically, what is happening, the slots that we want to open, they are blocked because I'm not available on my Google Calendar. If you look at my Google Calendar, it will show that I'm available. I'm not available because I have other appointments that are already booked. Uh, Essentially, my days are booked for like next 2 months. So here we go. We can go to each hour of the day and we can see why it is not available on 12th. When I'm available and when I'm not available, it's going to show each and every day, each and every hour in here. And that way you can open your calendar in here. Let's go to the sale process. Let's go in here, the calendars. And it would show that I have the whole calendar booked. So I have only a few slots in here. Rest of the slots are booked. So there we go. Now let me go back to the test one. So if the slot is open on my actual calendar, then it would show it available. If it is not, you can use this calendar to understand what is happening, which calendar is being synchronized, which user is being synchronized. So use the troubleshooting to fix up the appointment. Let me disconnect my calendar from here. I don't want that to be a problem. Yep. Okay, how do I? Do not add me first. Connected. Delete this connection. Yes. Once the calendar connection is deleted, let's go to the actual calendar. No appointment in here. So this was the appointment that I created sometime back as a test appointment. Yeah, it is the test appointment. Now let's go back in here. Let's refresh it. And 15 days should be available for the appointment. All the appointment slots should be open now. Let me refresh it one more time. Come on, make me available for the Friday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah. So now the appointment slots are uh okay, let me adjust it in here. See, the appointment slots are now open because it is no more synchronized with my Google Calendar. That's where I am busy for all those days. So it was blocking all those times and was only opening up those slots when I was when there is no meeting already booked with me. So that's how you're gonna troubleshoot the calendar part. Now, to troubleshoot the automation or the workflow part, what you can do is go to the workflow. This is the one. First thing, make sure that this workflow is published. Right now, here you see the very first mistake is we haven't published it. It is still on the draft mode. That means the workflow is not active. That means the automation is not active. It needs to be on the publish mode. That is the very first thing. Plus, in here in the enrollment history, anybody who booked a meeting would be shown up in here, and you can follow his history. What is happening when he booked the appointment? Did he get the email or not? It would be showing up in here. And let me put it in the draft mode back again. Let's say this email was sent to David, and if we go to the conversations in here and we go to all of them, the David test would have received the appointment confirmation emails in there, and some in here. This would be the email. There you go. That appointment was sent out to David. That was the second time. What happened? There is appointment date and time, link of the meeting location, yada yada. That was sent. Now these ones are sent to the person who booked the appointment because we created all that in here. There you go. So now you know how to troubleshoot the calendar functionality and how to troubleshoot the automation. Rest of the design part, like the logo or those things, they are already discussed in the details in 2x leads. But we would be talking about that, no worries in there, and we would do all that. Now, in here, okay, so do you guys have any question about the topic that we have covered today? If you do have a question, please do type in the chat or unmute yourself and ask your question, and I would be answering your question right away. Also, okay, let me see. Do you have any questions? Nobody is there. Okay, so for the homework, please create a calendar. Set up a calendar link with the automated reminders. Like you have to create the automation in there, just like I showed you, and share the screenshot of your work, the automation workflow, this one, the actual steps, this process, which calendar you have selected and what is happening. Please do name the actions in here appropriately. Like here you see, it is confirmation email 24 hours before the appointment, reminder email, yada yada. You need to take a screenshot of the whole workflow. Like you can take it this way. Take this screenshot of this workflow and put it in the Facebook group. Hashtag sale process wins, and show us that how you are using it for getting more conversions to your leads. The next week, we're going to cover up how we can personalize at scale, automate with the advanced conditional workflow. So we would be talking about how we can create some complicated workflows which would start on particular condition to be met before it can start, and how we can workflows to automated responses on the base of the lead behavior and segmentation. Like we're gonna use the if else condition to see if they replied with the correct word. We're gonna check if he booked or purchase some product, then it's going to send a different email. If it didn't purchase the product, just like today we were talking about, then we're going to set up the different email. What should happen, what type of nurtures we can create with that. And we are going to assign them different actions, different conditions. We're gonna we're gonna customize the whole workflow according to what action the customer or lead takes, and then we're gonna respond with that appropriate email and actions. Okay, so the homework for you guys for today is reference. You have to set up the workflow for your appointment reminders. Set up a calendar link with the automated reminders and share the screenshot with the hashtag sale process win. And there you go. So if you guys have any question, please do send a message or unmute yourself and ask the question. If not, then we can close today's session. There we go. Yeah, thank you, Phyllis. I always like your actions. And there you go. Take care. Have a great day, guys. See you in next training session. Thank you. Bye-bye.